Playing a game in its entirety? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 video game shortcuts.
Passport.
For this list, we've got the most useful, unique, or game-breaking shortcuts to help you save time in a game, with precedence given to those that are most used or famous.
Mr. Box.
We're obviously excluding fast travel options because we know that's not really a shortcut. And as always, one entry per franchise. Number 10. Various map shortcuts. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Longtime fans of the franchise know tons of secrets. Everything from the quickest path to a powder stone, to the locations a wyvern is most likely to go to is fair game. And in a game where maneuvering the various areas on the map quickly and efficiently is absolutely necessary, learning the various unmarked shortcuts is very important. Whether it be hopping across the palm trees to get from Area 3 to Area 11 in the dunes at night, or dropping down the hole in the starting zone to get to Area 3 in the primal forest, these shortcuts are bound to be useful to all players. Number 9. Jumping the Abyss. Destiny. While some shortcuts are easy and may have been made purposefully, others require a bit more effort to let you skip ahead. Jumping the wall in the Abyss area in the Crota raid is certainly helpful, but it takes a bit more preparation than some. You need to have high agility and the jump height boosts on for this to work, but the payoff is worth it, allowing you to skip the lantern part, which is pretty annoying even for experienced players. While this shortcut may only skip a couple of minutes worth of gameplay, those few minutes could be the few that your group needs to clear the final battle. Number 8. Dinner with Pagan Min. Far Cry 4.
You, sir, are a gentleman. I sincerely apologize. We saw terrorists in the area and yada yada.
Are you capable of listening and doing what you're told? Most players will get to the opening part of Far Cry 4 and leave the dinner table when Pagan Min takes that ever-important call. The way they're expected to, you know?
Please, stay right here. Enjoy the crab rangoon. Don't move. I will be right back.
However, those players that actually decide that waiting around for their new potential friend is worth it are treated to a quick ending to the game, which ends with Pagan Min returning as promised. He quickly befriends the player, takes him to deliver the ashes, and then they go hang out at a shooting range. Man, that was easy.
I'm so glad we're finally back together. After you.
Number 7. The Train Switch. Star Fox 64.
Shoot the 8 switches to open the lock.
Battles involving trains always have a few distinct tropes to watch for. Going through a tunnel, wires and signs above, unclasping various cars. Well, Star Fox 64 put some of those to good use.
I see the fuel bunker on the right side.
During the fight with Macbeth, who is attached to a train that you'll need to be dealing with for the duration of the level, you'll have to try to hit 8 switch flags and then finally a switcher, which Peppy will point out to you.
Okay, now shoot the switcher.
If you successfully hit all 9 targets, the train will crash into the enemy weapons facility, ending the battle early and destroying Macbeth.
No! Give them way! Okay, stop it!
Number 6. Rainbow Road. Mario Kart 64. If any series is famous for their shortcuts, it's gotta be Mario Kart. With almost every track having at least one usable shortcut that requires a mushroom to make it any faster, few tracks rely solely on driving ability. However, Rainbow Road is that one legendary track known for its incredible length that doesn't really have any shortcuts, or at least not official ones. But in fact, with proper timing and positioning, you could hop the track in Mario Kart 64 to skip a massive portion of the race. You could easily hop from last to first with good use of this, but the risk is huge. Number 5. Shortcut to Lost Izalith from Demon Ruins. Dark Souls. Few games put quite as much effort into level and world design as Dark Souls did. With different shortcuts opening constantly, Dark Souls gave the impression of being set in a huge interconnected world, instead of just being a sequence of corridors. With options like using the Master Key to skip Blighttown by passing through the Valley of Drakes, or making use of Havel's Tower, it's hard to ignore the shortcuts here.
You must be a new arrival.
However, using the shortcut to Lost Izalith that the Chaos Servant Covenant opens up for you skips almost the entire area, placing you right before the Bed of Chaos. And not having to traverse the dreaded lava area will save you tons of time and frustration, especially on a new game. Number 4, getting the power bomb early. Super Metroid. Super Metroid has a lot of sequence-breaking exploits, though this one is by far the most useful. With some practice, Metroid's map style can be abused to get the power bomb really early. What it required was only some repeated wall jumping to climb over a long vertical corridor, followed by a well-timed shot upward to open the door. Then, do the same process again to hop through that door. If you can survive the next few rooms as well as trigger a few trapdoors to progress, you'll be treated to your reward, the power bombs. Number 3, box wraps. Metal Gear Solid. Every kid that's grown up around a pickup truck has, at one point or another, wanted to or has ridden in the back. Snake had exactly that chance in Metal Gear Solid, if he was smart about it. During the game, if you hop in the back of a truck and hide in one of the boxes, Snake will get dropped off at a new location. In fact, with the 3 boxes you get throughout the game, each labeled Helipad, Nuke Building, and Snowfield respectively, you can get dropped off at any of these locations.
Don't stare at me like that.
Plus, fun bit of trivia, this mode of transportation has remained even in later games. Number 2, get to Staten Island early. Grand Theft Auto 3. Open-world sandbox games like the GTA series are perfect for players that love to explore and just run around. And it's the players like this that tend to find quick and easy ways to get you to places that you really shouldn't be yet.
I know a place on the edge of the red light district where we can lay low, but my hands are all messed up, so you better drive, brother.
Grand Theft Auto 3 actually has a few ways for players to get to Staten Island, that coveted second island, well before they're meant to, both through glitches as well as exploits. And in addition, considering the game also includes cheats for players to have fun with, you can easily hitch a ride on a flying car. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Do you deny it?
No, but it was an accident.
You're in trouble again. But this time, Daddy isn't here to save you.
Number 1, Warp Zone World 1-2, Super Mario Bros. The Mario games are pretty well known for their shortcuts. Between keys in various games and the flute in Super Mario Bros. 3, finding your way to the end of the game isn't as hard as it always appears. However, none of these are as useful as the warp zones from the original Super Mario Bros. With the first warp zone in the easy-to-reach World 1-2, getting to a later stage is actually quite easy. And then again in World 4-2, you can find a warp zone that'll bring you to World 6, 7, and 8. Say goodbye to all that wasted time. Do you agree with our list?
We have a party waiting for you.
Are there any good shortcuts that you know of? For more quick top 10s that don't take shortcuts published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.